Welcome to What's the Scenario of PLRB, where we explore claims and coverage scenarios relevant to insurance adjusters. I'm Brendan McLaughlin.
I'm Mike Brode.
And I'm Ruth Gottman, the Building Codes Manager here at PLRB.
Yay, Ruth's back again.
Hey, welcome.
Great.
All right, Ruth, what's the scenario?
Okay, so we have the insured living in a single-family home in Austin, Texas.
Ooh.
And while they were hanging a shelf on the wall in one of the bathrooms, the owner drilled right through the metal stud directly into a plumbing pipe. And this caused water damage to the wall and to the carpeting on the floor. And yes, you heard that correctly. Carpeting in the bathroom.
Wow.
So, should there have been some type of pipe protection near the stud? And also, does code even allow carpeting in a bathroom?
Good question.
Okay,
right.
so, when you're buying a new home and you're looking for, I want the open concept or the island or, these features, but what feature would be a deal breaker for you guys?
I think for me, I like open concept, but I like a roof above my head. So yeah, that's one thing that's no roof. I'm not buying it.
Okay, that's definitely a deal breaker, I think, for everybody. Nothing else would deter you?
Brennan?
My husband once looked at a condo and it had another bathroom thing. There was mirrors on the wall. So
wow.
It was like seeing yourself, repeating infinitely. So you can imagine that's an interesting feature.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brennan, what would be a deal breaker for you?
I do want the open concept. Anything that's a little bit where you have to almost like squeeze through. Sometimes they've got the closets in weird places and like weird twists and turns, and it's like, was this really designed for a human? I think I've seen some of the some TV shows where they go over like the horrors, and I think at one of them I saw a bathroom with a toilet that was up on some steps. You had to like get up to it.
On a pedestal.
Yeah, like
the throne is on a pedestal.
Right.
Yeah, well, there you go. There are some horrors out there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I think it's because I grew up in like an old 70s house. So anything that reminds me of that house is just a big no for me. So like the brown wood paneling and the avocado shag carpeting. We had gold appliances.
Nice.
But maybe, after I got this question, that carpeting in the bathroom, that might be the worst thing I can think of, especially, I'm a parent of 2 boys. And that's gross on an easily visible surface. Yeah. Carpeting in the bathroom is a no way. That would be out immediately.
Yeah.
But this is a real thing, by the way. So at some point, and I'm assuming it was probably in that 60s, 70s range, at some point this was considered luxurious to have carpeting in the bathroom. And I always picture, I don't know if you've seen Scarface and Al Pacino's like kicking back in that giant tub in the middle of the room and it's surrounded by carpet. Like that's what I think of. Even in that scenario, you're going to get out and there's going to be water everywhere. And, the toilet, as we discussed, is really the worst place for carpeting. But if you're watching this podcast and the video, there are a couple of ads for this. This is really a real thing. It was, a luxury at one point. So if you are not watching, the next time you're got a minute, Google it. You will not be disappointed at the pictures.
The shag carpet ensemble for your bathroom. I do like how they're covering up the toilet holding water tank. So yeah, you want to keep that toilet water warm. I want to cover it with carpet.
Right.
So yeah,
right, and it's all got it's got to match, right?
Right, that's lovely.
The case with the carpeting, awesome.
Yeah, we definitely had the all those shag carpet covers, not on the tank. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
But and not on not carpeting built into the floor, just on tiles. So I feel like this style like slowly faded over time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be coming back. You never know.
Hey, it retro's in again, so
Yeah, yeah,
We're coming
Everything
around.
comes back.
All right, let's head into the scenario.
yeah.
All right, so we were talking about this homeowner that actually was just trying to drill into a stud.
Yeah.
Seems like a normal thing you would do near a stud, and they ran into a pipe.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're always trying to hit that stud, right? When you're hanging a picture or a shelf like this. So that wasn't their fault. So what does code say about this?
Yeah, Ruth, what does code say about this?
Okay, so first off, we ran our address report on the
Mhm.
Building Codes Hub, and it let us know what codes are adopted. So the 2021 IRC is what's enforced in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
And also the 2021 UPC, so the plumbing code, the Uniform Plumbing Code.
oh.
Um, and so, what does it say about pipe protection?
What does it say about pipe protection, Ruth?
So pipe protection is required in certain instances. So
All right.
with wood studs, that's not a thing. You're not going to accidentally drill through a 2x4 into something else. That's really not an issue. But so according to this 2021 Uniform Plumbing Code, it does require that any pipes that are within 1 inch of a metal stud, so metal studs only, it must be protected by a steel nail plate that's at least 18 gauge and extends along the framing at least 1.5 inches beyond the outside diameter of the pipe. So the idea here is to have a barrier to prevent exactly what just happened there. So the damage that's caused when you're screwing through that metal stud, which is really easy to do, unlike with wood. You can go right through that. In this case, it went into that PVC pipe and caused all the damage right through it, caused the leak. So this code is there just for this reason. We don't want you drilling into the PVC.
So I'm
Makes
kind of
sense.
picturing like a tall plate right behind the stud. That's just a little bit of a stronger metal. That's
Yeah, exactly. It's steel. Ideally, that's what code is asking for. It gives you those specifications I mentioned. It's got to extend, past that 1 inch of the stud. So again, this has to be, it was the perfect storm of metal stud, no protection, the pipe right next to that stud, and someone trying to drill into the stud, right?
Right.
So, I could see how this went unnoticed, but code does require that protection so that this doesn't happen.
But you know me, Ruth, if I came up against that obstacle when I was trying to drill through, I'm just going to press harder till I get through that metal protection thing
I
and then
don't
still
think
hit the pipe. But,
that's why we use steel. It says at least 18 gauge. I don't
All right,
think you
well.
can. I don't know that your little drill is going to make it through that. I mean,
Well,
there might be some tools. I don't
You
know
might
what
be
you have.
underestimating Mike here.
right.
Yeah.
That's when you go to Home Depot and you buy a bigger drill, and then I'm getting through this.
By
stud, no
sheer
problem.
will, you're going through that
Right.
thing because
I'm gonna
you want the
bust that
shelf
pipe
there, right?
regardless. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, your wife
Oh.
wants it there, right? So we're making it happen.
Along with the toilet tank cover, yes. Both of those.
Okay. The other question here is
Carpet.
the carpet, right? Is
Yeah,
that allowable by code?
I hope so.
So it is, Mike, just for you,
Yay.
it's actually allowable. So we get questions like these a lot, but
Yeah.
building codes are primarily concerned with functionality and durability, and how it's working. Is it protective? Is it safe? So they don't really care about finishings or anything cosmetic. So building code says, sure, go ahead, carpet away in the bathroom.
All right.
And we have a piece of code that will, so there's nothing that says, yes, carpeting is allowed because they don't care about that. But there is a couple of provisions that would address this. So in the IRC section R105.2, that specifically states that a permit is not required for finished work such as carpeting. So if there's it doesn't leave this up to interpretation. It really tells you, no, we don't care about that. Also, section R307.2, that's the only other thing that we found on flooring finishes and bathroom spaces that we could find in all of code. and it says it's limiting that you can't use non-absorbent surfaces on the actual bathtub or shower floors. So that would be, to me, an extra layer of gross.
Yes.
Saying we don't care what you do outside of the tub, but you can't have carpet on the bottom of the shower. I don't know who would do that or why.
AstroTurf, right? I mean, it's made to be outside.
Oh, there
Put
you
it
go.
inside my shower, Ruth. I mean, who are you to judge?
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they don't want anything that will, I guess, is AstroTurf non-absorbent, then it would be okay.
I hope so. Okay, good.
You could drain that. But technically, that would still be okay by code. They just don't want anything that soaks stuff in. So I can see, and you think, to me, this sounds pretty obvious. Why would you do that? But it's in the code, so somebody did it somewhere and then argued it was a good idea, and they had to put it in. So this had to have come up probably in the 70s, I'm guessing. So nothing about the rest of the bathroom, just the actual surface of the shower or tub. So it wasn't the case for Austin when I looked up when we got this question, but there may be, local ordinances that say this is a no, maybe for sanitary purposes.
Yeah.
They might say we don't allow that. So those do need to always be checked when you're looking at a building code scenario like this. But as far as building codes go, no, that it's not required. It's not disallowed, but
Maybe somebody should have stopped this. I feel like maybe the thought here was the adjuster got this claim. They want to know if they can replace carpet in a bathroom. Yeah. Does that really? Someone's got to stop this? Someone. Is it building codes? Is there like a number you can call to let them know that they want to not only have carpet in a bathroom but put it back? There's got to be a number we can call.
Yeah, you can report it, maybe 311, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I think this is the perfect scenario for insurance to step in and say, no, we don't want that. Let's put some linoleum in there or something, some tiles, because that's way more functional and less disgusting. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's work with the contractor here and see if they can convince them into something a little bit more updated. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously happened. We saw the ads that people put the carpet in everywhere. So, it was once a luxury. Now, not so much, except Mike seems to like it. I don't know.
Well, it's colder here in Ohio than it is in Austin, Texas. So, yeah, you want to keep your tootsies warm. So, yeah, you need some carpet in your bathroom.
Mike's on the next wave. He's you got the idea for AstroTurf in the shower.
In the shower.
I mean, that's going to take off. Yeah.
Yes. I'm telling you. Someday they'll look back at this episode and say, what are these crazy people talking about? Mike is right, as always. AstroTurf, the perfect way to clean the bottom of your feet. It's so efficient.
Oh, I thought maybe this was some way to incorporate golf in your shower routine.
No, that could help too. That's how big the shower is. Maybe a little putting green while I'm in there.
Right.
I like it.
All right. Well, it all started here. We're gonna head into our takeaways now.
Ooh.
All right, Ruth. What are the key takeaways from this scenario?
Okay, so one, the obvious here, pipe protection is required for plumbing pipes within 1 inch of a metal stud. So not wood studs, only metal studs. And it outlines those specifications pretty clearly on how that plate needs to be. And then second, carpeting in the bathroom is not against code. But I think we don't all agree. I take that back. I thought this was obviously it's gross. Do not do it. But, Mike kind of likes the idea and wants to explore the options, I think it sounds like. So not against code. Maybe this opens it up to a whole new era of textures on the bathroom floor.
Right. I think I will go out and start patenting my AstroTurf shower floors. Yeah, it's going to be very popular. I'm telling you.
It's a side hustle for Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike, besides the patent office, where are you going next? Where should an adjuster go to learn more?
Where am I going next, or where should an adjuster go? I'm going to Home Depot to get more AstroTurf, but adjusters can always go out to our website, that fabulous website, I should say, www.plrb.org. Check out under Ruth's favorite section, the Building Code Hub. Check it out. They got this cool building codes address report that's very slick. It's a PDF. You can put it right into your file. It looks awesome, has information about stuff like weather stuff is even in there, right, Ruth? And you got stuff about some legal things like matching. It is a new, fabulous report, so please check that out. And then you can always ask a code question. You don't know what to ask? You can ask about my AstroTurf in the shower. Ruth and one of her friendly associates will be more than happy to get to your question and address it promptly. Ask a code question. PLRB.org. Check it out. Education-wise, Brendan, we probably got something right on. I know we got like Building Codes 101, and we got all sorts of things you can check out too. Yeah, so just don't hang around just in the Building Codes Hub. Come check us out in the Education Hub as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're going to share all that stuff, right, Brendan?
Absolutely. I am going to share all those links and in the show notes. And there you'll also find a recap of the key points from this episode and links to our social media. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us, and please give us a call at 630-509-8704 and leave a voicemail to share your adjuster story.
Yes.
Yes, we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Ruth.
The views and opinions expressed in this resource are those of the individual speaker and not necessarily those of the Property and Liability Resource Bureau, its membership, or any organization with which the presenter is employed or affiliated. The information, ideas, and opinions are presented as information only and not as legal advice or offers of representation. Individual policy language and state laws vary, and listeners should rely on guidance from their companies and counsel as appropriate.